The black mamba, the brown mamba, and the viper from Peru. Teeth are like those fangs.
What is going on? Did someone give him a White House screening of Anaconda this weekend? He's out of his mind. He's talking about Melania. He's trying to give her compliments. She's behind him looking like she's about to throw up. He talked about how much Melania loves children and then seemed to forget they have one together.
She loves children, and she's got a wonderful boy, and she's very proud of her boy.
Well, I'm sure he just misspoke. I'm sure he must know that Barron is his son, too.
She loves her son.
No, that's your son.
Donald Trump believed that a single jab from his son would be enough to publicly embarrass Jimmy Kimmel on live television. But what unfolded instead became one of the most awkward and unexpected moments for Trump himself. As the studio lights slowly brightened, the audience waited for Jimmy Kimmel to react with outrage. Behind him, a headline flashed across the screen that had already ignited Trump supporters online. Reports
Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow. As you're all aware, Melania is a movie star now. Her documentary had a score of 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a website named after her husband's testicles. I want to congratulate you, Madam First Lady, on your huge accomplishment, the world's first motionless picture. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, Melania, this is Donald. Donald, this is Melania.
That Barron Trump had made a mocking remark about Kimmel, which quickly spread through conservative media like wildfire. The expectation was clear. Another fiery late-night clash, a sharp retaliation, and yet another celebrity feud exploding in real time. But Kimmel didn't react the way anyone predicted. Standing calmly, with a single card in his hand and a faint smile on his face, he gave the impression of someone who already understood something the entire Trump narrative had missed. Then he delivered his opening line, instantly shifting the mood in the room. Getting roasted by a Trump son is confusing. I never know whether to respond or check if it counts as homework. The audience erupted in laughter, but Kimmel did something unexpected.
And I'm happy you decided to stay, Mr. President. And don't worry, if we bruise your ego, it'll only make your hands look less disgusting. Now, the president didn't want me to tell any jokes about him tonight, but he also didn't want to pay me $130,000 to shut up. So here we are. Sorry, Mushroom.
He avoided directly attacking Barron. Instead, he redirected the moment towards something far more pointed. He suggested that young people often repeat things, test ideas, and get pulled into conflicts they never truly started. But, he added, the real question wasn't the remark itself. It was why Donald Trump seemed so eager to treat it like a political victory. At that point, the laughter began to fade into something more uncertain as Kimmel set the card down and looked straight into the camera. He went on to explain that most parents try to shield their children from political battles, yet Trump often appeared to turn family moments into extensions of his public image and political branding. The audience laughed at first, but the tone in the room shifted as the joke began to feel sharper than expected. Then Kimmel pushed further.
You can't believe they gave me my job back. I can't believe we gave you your job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. No, they weren't. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. That I can't argue with. Shut the up. Freedom of speech is only...
Pointing out how ironic it was that Trump frequently dismissed him as irrelevant while simultaneously reacting to nearly every monologue, joke, and late-night segment he delivered. If nobody watches me, Kimmel joked, why does this guy spend half his nights posting about me from the bathroom? The crowd exploded with laughter once again, but beneath it, the implication was unmistakable. Kimmel was highlighting Trump's fixation on criticism, something he suggested Trump could never fully conceal. Behind him, a satirical timeline appeared on the screen. Barron's alleged comment, reposts from Trump supporters, and then Trump himself amplifying the moment, while again calling for Kimmel's removal from television. Kimmel paused briefly before delivering the line that completely flipped the energy in the room. Nothing proves a joke failed quite like calling a family meeting about it. The studio erupted, the laughter so loud it nearly shook the set. But Kimmel wasn't finished. He calmly explained that Trump often treated insults like loyalty tests, rewarding those who attacked his opponents and questioning those who didn't play along. For many viewers, especially older ones, the comparison resonated in a deeper way, reflecting dynamics where approval is tied to obedience rather than honesty. Without raising his voice, Kimmel painted a far more serious picture beneath the humor. A father celebrating, while his son's comment became fuel for a public feud. Then came the moment that shifted everything again. Leaning forward, Kimmel asked the question that no one in Trump's circle seemed eager to confront. If Trump is winning so big, why do my jokes still bother him this much? A brief silence fell before the audience erupted once more. Kimmel continued, explaining that truly confident leaders don't feel compelled to respond to every joke, headline, or insult. Yet Trump, he argued, never seemed able to let anything go. Every joke became a battle. Every critic became an enemy. Every laugh became a threat. He then read out Trump's latest angry social media post, in which Kimmel was called talentless and biased, with renewed demands for his removal from ABC. Smirking, Kimmel delivered one final punchline. This might be the only presidency where late-night comedians need Secret Service protection. The audience lost it again, but the underlying point landed harder than the humor itself. Trump had tried to weaponize his son's alleged insult to embarrass Kimmel, but instead, Kimmel turned the entire situation into a reflection of Trump's own sensitivity to criticism. By the end, Barron Trump's role faded into the background. The central narrative became a former president unable to disengage from criticism, even when it came from comedians. Under the bright studio lights, Kimmel hadn't just responded. He had reframed the entire moment. What was meant to undermine him ended up revealing something else entirely. Trump wasn't just watching. He was reacting, still engaged, still frustrated, and still caught in battles that only kept the story alive.